Those lines, let's get it started in 3, 2, 1, rebuild!
Rebuild starts with 20 seconds of autonomous. These robots moving around pre-programmed, trying to score lots of fuel, which are those yellow spheres, giving them an advantage for the remainder of the match. 10 seconds remaining in that autonomous time period. Continue to score that. 1024 kilobytes has been a fuel hog throughout most of this event. Able to head back into the neutral zone for, I believe, a third time, picking up additional fuel scoring opportunities for them. Red Alliance with an advantage during that time. 88 to Blue Alliance's 65. Blue Alliance will then get that first dedicated hub shift. 761 the tech pods, picking up some of that fuel that was available to them just in front of their driver station, able to score it, which is valuable for their Alliance partners. Blue Alliance now getting that dedicated hub period, continue to score those game pieces. 69-56, Shamrock Robotics trying to push some of that fuel into their human player station, or at least make it more accessible for their human player, their future human player robots. 868, the tech hounds lining up for when their hub is going to be active and just a few moments away. Red Alliance hub now active itself. Each of those yellow spheres worth 1 point for the Alliance. Blue Alliance able to put a 40-point difference in their benefit. But the Red Alliance now has that opportunity to score and get points for their Alliance. 70-61, the tech pubs now on the Red Alliance side, causing a little bit of that bumper-on-bumper action. They do need to make sure that contact time is kept under the required time period, or else they will receive additional tentative points, which are being watched by our refs. Red Alliance time winding down. We're back over to the Blue Alliance. 1747, Harrison Boy the Robotics getting primed up and ready for delivering some of that fuel. They were just a little bit too tall to fit under that trench. They're lowering their design mechanism, which is their turret, to be able to fit underneath that low bar in the trench. 868, the Tech Hounds making their way into the neutral zone, trying to push some of that fuel, making it easier for their future Alliance partners to grab that. Elk Logics putting some of that bumper-on-bumper pressure against their opponents. They're backing up away to make sure they don't get a pin count against them. 30 points distinguishing these two teams, making sure that the Red Alliance can continue to apply that point pressure. With only 45 seconds remaining, the Red Alliance currently has their active hub, trying to get final point scoring opportunities. Shamrock Robotics, a little bit of bumper-on-bumper pressure here. We start to see teams get a little bit jittery as they brown out. Teams doing a little bit of energy management throughout the match. We're now in the end game period. Both these teams getting final scoring opportunities. Currently a 100-point difference between these two alliances. Red Alliance then already surpassing that 240 ranking point requirement for Energized. Potentially going for that supercharge. They're only 60 points away. 1024 the kilobytes, making good progress towards that. Blue Alliance not giving up, correctly so. Trying to continue scoring those game pieces. That's still valuable to get that Energized ranking point threshold. 5 seconds remaining in this match as time is winding down. And that's all the time we had for this last qualification match. Stick tight to see how those scores total up. With a score of 352 over Blue Alliance's 240. Both these Red Alliance just getting that Energized ranking point threshold. Additional 3 for winning in the match. 1024 and 868 maintaining their 8th and 10th rank points ranked respectively as we make our way towards the Alliance selection time. Make sure to send your robots to get re-inspected.